What is up? What is up? So I felt like making a video now because felt some sort of anxiousness or whatever you want to call it from some news I read. It's irrelevant to the topic of this conversation though, and the topic is human. I feel like that the more and more we get digitalized, the more and more AI is going to take over, the more we're going to appreciate the creation or creations made or things made by humans in terms of art, movies, perhaps, acting. As I said, art, it's a big sort of category, but whatever it is that's made by humans, psychology or therapy, you have all these things that almost require a human to make you feel something. And if there isn't a human behind that sort of action, words, picture, it becomes dead, perhaps. Not sure. But I wouldn't get the same emotions or get the same thoughts from a painting that's made by AI as a painting made by a legendary or just a normal painter, or I don't know what they call it, but there's a difference, right? Therefore, I do believe. Sorry. You also have to, ride the waves. You can't just, or you can. You definitely can. It depends on what type of work you do, what else kind of stuff you do, and whatever it is. But you got kind of have to ride the wave of AI, because the rest of the business and world are doing so. You get, but you have to also maybe do it in portions, perhaps. Not to do it too much. Do it in that area, not in that area. And I find that the more and more the more digitalized we get, the more beautiful the nature becomes. Or that's just me getting older, perhaps. I mean, I say I'm getting older, but I'm still 21. But I'm getting older. We all are, but the nature just becomes more and more pretty, and you just appreciate that a lot more, and you just wanna be out there, instead of, I don't know, doing AI stuff, social media stuff. That is why I think a lot of the wildlife people, the people like Xander Budnick, if that is his name or his YouTube channel, people like that, that's he especially, I think, in my opinion, has hit the gold mine for his life. I don't know what goes on in his life, and I don't, or he's been telling a lot about his story, but I don't really know him. Really, I don't know him, and I don't know what's going on with him. But from what I see on YouTube, it seems like the job. Um, Even though I want to do some other stuff that's going to make that very difficult, but he makes cinema type, like, videos that should be in movies, about nature, and that Nat Geographic, I think that company or whatever, should definitely look at. He makes some insanely good videos, and it's in nature, and he just relaxes, and he doesn't necessarily relax, he survives, but he's out there. And there's no social media there. There's nothing. There's no worries about likes, comments, followers. There's no worries about politics, other stuff. There's no worries about like anything. And just pure peace in with nature like they did way, 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 way before all these mass information just coming in. Golly. If you can hear that, that is a plane flying over. But yeah, so yeah, of course, I'm going to have like a portion of my time in technology, of course, but I also want to make sure that the nature and everything else doesn't get unrecognized. And I think we all have a good, could get some good stuff from that, you know. I do believe so. So yeah, I mean, yesterday I 30 minutes just sitting outside looking at clouds. People going by may think I'm a complete psycho. That's just me thinking, okay, I'm doing something right. So, yeah, and I could do that and I won't be I won't be sad that I wasted my time, but I definitely know what I will be wasting my time on, so you should definitely start to take and do those right decisions, Elias. Definitely. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, I drive from home to work, from work, and I see just these fields from the farms, the contrast of the green with the blue sky. Like, I mean, you usually get a lot of this in the summer, not too much in the winter, and that's maybe why it's such a beautiful thing to see here because we have harsh winters, but and long winters, but like just being able to see the different colors in the trees in over the sea, uh, that's maybe a bit hard or difficult, but way, way far you see those different kind of colors, and then you see look a bit more up and you see the blue sky, perhaps some clouds. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is there's that inner peace that I don't get from anything else. You just damn, damn, you know? And yeah, and the more you kind of do those kind of things and the more you get a bit more existential, or I don't know what that word is, the more you start questioning what's important or whatnot. And then the gym, I still love going to the gym, but the sort of I need to get stronger doesn't become that relevant anymore. It becomes more that, seeing the results rather than becoming stronger, and looking better just becomes being perhaps a bit more healthy, right? So there's different kind of meanings and stuff like that just get changed um, automatically. Um, and I'm fortunate that I'm sort of realizing that at such a young age. Uh, and I want to hope that I continue on that path throughout. But yeah, and the gym and stuff, there's a different kind of theme and feeling when you're actually inside the gym and you just want to see those results. And I haven't seen the best results, the last gym days, like I've also been outside and done different kind of stuffs, and you just realize that sure it's important, but it's not the only thing in life. It's just a hobby. It's just another side thing in your life. You have so much more, right? There's so much stuff. And doing one thing that blocks off everything else, is that really good for you? Um, not sure. Not sure. But yeah, of course, I want to still maintain a certain amount of muscle and have that certain physique. But when you become a bit more aware of what your inner voice is telling you, to make sure that you maintain it, or to make sure that you don't lose sight of yourself, that's when you sort of maybe sort of realize how not not how evil it can be, but how, yeah, perhaps a bit evil, but there's certain things that, you know, that's not true, that you're kind of telling yourself when it comes to the gym and stuff like that. Because a lot of the gym community has now been prepped up by bodybuilding and stuff like that, and therefore, um, I think a lot of younger people all want to go for the bodybuilding route, but don't want to go into bodybuilding, and then that becomes an issue, because bodybuilding isn't meant for anybody else than bodybuilders. And that's true, because it's literally a competition, and it's when you're doing it for not bodybuilding, is it just has it become a mental issue, a mental problem? Is it This is just me asking questions. I haven't really come to an answer yet about that. Never really do. But yeah, it's just I don't want to fall into a bad dark circle, or a bad dark spot that people have went, especially from the gym, because it's there's when you kind of read and see kind of stuff, the other voice in your head's like, okay, maybe no, right? Maybe, but I don't want to take that chance. So yeah, now it's 13 minutes. It's longer than yesterday, and that's probably before because I had more to say. Gonna practice some. Gonna practice some school, and then some more school, and then I'm gonna work things out. Um, got a couple of things to do today, so I'm going to make sure that this gets posted. Yeah, right now, perhaps. Yeah, let's just do it now. So yeah, it's yeah. Hope you had a good day. Hope you will have a good day. I wish you the best as always. Have a laugh, have a smile, and be kind. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care and goodbye. Oh, all right.